Linux development live stream here on our channel. As per usual, we still have a Linux distribution to release. We're a little bit overdue, but why is it so laggy? 0 frames, whatever. So we have still some work to do. I mean, mostly merging. We have already done some work. We just need to freaking merge that into our tech and rebuild everything. That will be this time, yes, famous last words, but this time really be the last thing. We also have some other tiny little stuff to do. Let's maybe do that first. One thing also, data is running. Did data, right? Maybe I need to check with data. That is not normal that data doesn't update stuff, but maybe build like Musel or stuff. So let's update. Is there some Musel? What? Oh, no, oh wow. That is a cool thing. Unexpected. Did I not? Maybe I implemented kernel tech already. Ah, yeah, we did. Yeah, so something like that most likely. I need to improve. So that is likely. What probably happened is, because that is suspicious that data didn't update some stuff our bot previous video. Most likely it built some incompatible package and still need to like a one-line change of only building default selected packages. So yeah, breaking news, there's a new Musel version. Let's quickly, which by the way, if you're not using T2 yet, which probably someday you will, some people use it. Also, you have number one access and welcome, William. William, I noticed the message. It's a recurring theme, right? On my phone, I saw you commented there something with oxidation, if stuff, and the message disappeared, right? I have this, so I didn't censor that, I didn't delete it stuff. It's not in moderation, so I have no idea why. Unless have you deleted that? Because I'm really irritated that every other day I get a notification, hey, there is some comment, and when I tap on the notification, the comment isn't there. So yeah, sorry if that was deleted. Yeah. You deleted it. Okay. Because I wonder why sometimes comments disappear. But anyway. So what do you have left? Compiling T2 was using it 8 and risk 9, few build errors fix. Yeah, so yesterday I updated Vim. So yeah, one thing is of course Musel can be, so we can't like easily test it maybe. Let's maybe, or do I have a Musel build? What do we have here in this trunk? Let's use that one. But I have actually, so that is a little bit unexpected, that this is a recurring win-win of some exceptional stuff here. Just testing that a little bit, that the patch is applied. Okay, that looks good. Musel, what is new in that? Unexpected thing that even I didn't see coming. Might already be some days old, because so it's not a primary. What I probably theoretically, I mean, for the most extensive testing, I should have a Musel and cross-compile build. Currently, data, and we of course build, cross-build all of them, but data, the nightly update bot here of ours, only is testing main reference native. So, by the way, this also means that it can't cross-compile Rust and Cargo stuff. Or does it? Yeah, because, yeah, Rust and Cargo, sandbox and stuff, downloading stuff from the internet. Anyway, that is for, maybe I have a bug open for that. Maybe we should actually fact check that before we forget that. Oops, that was already what we wanted. Who is that? That's not me. Right. Yeah, so the issue with that is that is not a good bug. So yeah, we are switching from one thing to another, but that is just the reality of this modern world, or also working on huge projects. Which one is it even? Actually, it is possible that maybe this is even fixed, but yeah, so this is not a good bug report, because you should at least diagnose a little bit what exactly is going wrong, right? It's like it fails due to that or that. I mean, having other people, I mean, running all the stuff is already enough work, and then having like other people, that's just a config, obviously. It is possible, was it a cross build, or So yeah, I would really appreciate if you would do a little bit of um, where's the stage name? A little bit of diagnosis there of debugging. It is possible. So that is let's just build it once. It is possible that this is a no parallel thing. That is, what has it been? Maybe we need to have this build log more readable. Where even is the toolchain wrapper something? Is there not? Where's even the def 86? Actually, I wanted to check whether I have a bug for Rust and Cargo to. Oops. Where's it? Maybe. No. Not sure. Oh, darn. Yeah, I so hate this. I mean, anti-tracking, you travel a little bit, like 100 kilometers. So I traveled from, the other weekend, I traveled from Berlin to kind of Hanover. Welcome everyone. And like, at least Safari is dropping like the cookies and stuff for privacy and tracking and stuff. It's so annoying. You need to log in and then double. Maybe I should. This, like, if every day or like, depending on how much business travel you do, imagine you do business travel, right? On-site service, support technician stuff, and everywhere you travel for some 100 kilometers, you need to log in everywhere because all the bloody cookies are dropped. It's privacy and security and Web 2.0. Anyway, yeah, I need to do that later. So, Musel, that's probably fine. Actually, I wanted to quickly check what's new there. Did we even find that yet? Somewhere there would be release history, maybe there. What do we have? Oh, there is R affected. Did I commit this already? Oh no, I didn't. Then we can add the CV marker as we are professionals. Is this, wait a second, take a following prior to 122. Oh, wait a second, this were older actually. Okay, take this back. Good that we double check that. QSort R, Silverminer. So that sounds like we could potentially what? We could potentially drop one or two Musel-specific patches. What is alternative SPE FPO present in some PowerPC CPU models? Not even sure which one that is. Something. Yeah. What was with Error? Non-bugs compatibility improvement have been made, including having free preserve Erno, POSIX future requirement, better TZ variant, and get text. Okay, super amazing stuff. It's probably fine. Then two sorts, better worship, simplicity, wireless drivers, on live flow into package version option fails, but has just wanting lofty. Too happy to hear that. So you mean wireless in the installer, right? Maybe I had a to-do for that, which I mean, in general, we have some wireless support, of course, but as I recently deleted my to-do, that was, of course, not really. I mean, probably that or live. So the other thing, so that was Musel, been there, done that. The other thing, update. So there is also some IO Uring. What was the name? Lib Uring? Where was it? .2 should be out. Why does that not find anything? Ah, maybe our data would probably do that. No, why? Slightly confusing, or is it mistyped? Viewing releases? Looks like it could work though. And this is why we have data, because we don't do that manually. There haven't been any releases yet. What the heck? Maybe that is a different URL because they don't release it properly. Can't mix this shit up. Oh man. Let's see if that is fine. And then I think probably decades ago why does it? Oh, maybe we didn't build it fully. Actually, we could test build this into the system. Probably fine, famous last words. I think 15 years ago when I did this boring release management for weeks also when I was a student with Rock Linux and stuff, I think I had a merge script. Maybe I still have it even. Does probably... I have here some old stuff. Merger, maybe. Tiny little helper script. 2004. Yeah, probably this one. This stored the merged revisions. A little bit of surrounding bookkeeping there. But I probably don't try today to use that. But I want to cherry pick at least a couple of more updates. So libviewing. The only other thing is last night I updated Vim. There is some 2 years Vim major version out, Vim 9 with significantly improved Vim script performance stuff, like 10 to 100 times faster stuff due to bytecode or something like that. Pre-compilation. That didn't link last night, not sure what was going on there. Why does this LTO fail? Segmentation fault. Strange stuff. Maybe we test that here. Switch to trunk. Mindfully. And we need that to match. We anyway need to test cross-compilation eventually. So it's basically the first time I cross-compile. It could be that my base system's a little bit older. Like 8 months old or whatever. But T2 and open source stuff is moving fast, so. Yeah, so what I want to merge is I enabled SMP for 32-bit ARM that was disabled broken for a decade because a decade ago SMP didn't compile on ARM because ARM 32-bit and ARM in general was at its infancy. x86 disabling SMP dynamically everything below 586 or something. So just for a little bit potential extra performance for this low tech stuff. Ironically, we had this code in there, it just didn't work, so it's compiling quite a while. At least probably mostly cross-compiling, I would hope. I should have built this with verbose for best views, though. But even cross-compiled, amazing stuff. Ah, right, this built already. Good, then let's switch back. So far so good. Just wanted to something wrong with my host system. I also tested yesterday. I have the RISC-V, unmatched RISC-V is still on the desk, of course. I also tested the, mindfully, I tested the RISC-V compatibility, 32-bit compatibility that is now in 5.19 release candidate, whatever. So that is the first time there is 32-bit compatibility for RISC-64. And unfortunately, what I didn't realize, not all RISC-V CPUs 64-bit CPUs support that. Actually, maybe I should open that. Actually, I had this Googled last night, and probably that one here. And what I didn't realize that the CPU needs to support this. Because reading the spec, right? Previous videos, more main channel there. I previously discussed the instruction set architecture, but of course the hundreds of pages I can't uncover each and every detail. This stuff you only realize when you write your kernel and one use it and stuff. And so one thing is, turns out that 32-bit compatibility was quite easy because RISC-V is new and didn't have any like quirks and underlined stuff. However, what I didn't realize is that the CPUs don't have that, right? So I'm not sure if any hardware right now supports this, but the fastest RISC-V hardware that normal people have, like the RISC-V previous video, Hi5, Sci5 Unmatched, does not support this, right? So I got their like ELF, RISC-V, ELF, Compart unsupported or something. That is really sad. So a reason, so that is there is some bit in some machine-specific registers. So I only also, some time wasted, except testing T2 billing and that. But they are just that, I mean, mostly most people are of course kind of right that you don't really need it because there's no legacy binary infrastructure for RISC-V at all. But for me, it would have been nice to test this, especially as we constantly keep patching strace. For RISC compatibility, I probably should really send this upstream to have some points on the leader, open source leaderboards scoring there. What the fuck? The heck was that even? Can't make this stuff up. What is it even? Maybe I should read the file. And is there a new release just where we are? Oh yeah, there's a new release. That becomes a little bit time consuming, to be honest. Maybe I need to send this stuff upstream. We have 16. The recurring win-wins of who cares about this long arch Chinese stuff? So the issue with that, due to our RISC-V 32-bit stuff, let's do it. I need to do it anyway. So, real world stuff. The problem with that is that the patch autoconf stuff doesn't apply, and I should have scripted that. So basically, that is most likely just deleting this auto confiscation page, which also not the greatest technology, this autoconf stuff, but what do they have? 18 do they have, right? So probably doing that twice, maybe we should actually freaking finally script that. And if you're wondering what does it take to run a Linux distribution, it's like nothing less than dedication. And what did I hit on this? And more people tune in, which is of course amazing. Like it's like I have in the description, it's easy to never get bored with anything you're working on because it's literally everything, right? So we have it. So most likely that is hopefully only the auto confiscation stuff, which is kind of sort of relatively easy to do. Which should have automated that, and I should send it upstream. So hopefully this is only autoconf. I mean, you see, it's mostly this auto-generated bullshit stuff here. Auto-reconf does the rest. Why does this apply first? That is silly though. Yeah. So we just delete that, then, oops, wrong build. And then, what does it even auto reconf stuff? I should also have run this with -v. But I urgently need to send it. This is also why I actually kind of thought I've like so much stuff to do, right? Not only company, but also even this open source stuff, which is amazing that you share, like, and subscribe. And that's also why I wanted actually to try to run 32-bit RISC-V, because otherwise I actually don't have a 32-bit RISC-V thing except the softcore on the FPGA, which probably I should then use, what was it running with 90 megahertz or something? At least you keep the code efficient testing this with 90 megahertz in order and stuff, but yeah, but that wasn't. So the way we do that is we make a copy. So what we need to do is we need to auto reconf the stuff, and we could script this, but the problem is it is too error prone, which is I kind of sort of prefer to patch that once, because otherwise not only does it at build time, but it will constantly randomly fail due to the nature of the fragile autoconf stuff. Wrong. Just see what. This was all the in files, configure and make file ins. So that is what I mean with the last times I have always manually done that, but it gets a bit boring. That would be for make file or that probably should do, and then for f in those do cp. Actually, we don't really need the tests, so why do we don't run the tests, right? Did we? What is bundled? Interesting. Let's try to keep the patch smaller. Not sure what I previously had done there. Let's see. Yeah, this pruning stuff is a little bit like prune. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, find that, or the syntax is a little bit strange. Prune. How was the syntax like? Test. Does that work? Prune. Recently I just used it some week ago, but this is also the problem a little bit with this vintage Unix stuff, that some stuff unknown predicate path that didn't quite work though. Where did I use that? I used it somewhere. So all right, it needed that. Where else did I use it? Here. Maybe prune or print. So find that path. Can we even do that with prune? Find all the stuff. Maybe I should simply filter it out with grep. Don't need to look for a problem. I'm not even sure what's with this bundle stuff, but let's do it. Doesn't matter. Let's not overcomplicate this. So copy. And then, how did I usually do it? Which auto reconf did I run? Maybe that. And that's also where automation is king, right? You don't need to remember which crazy stuff you've run. Yeah, that looks about right. Wait, not sure if I controlled C that, but maybe not. It's a little bit stupid that the auto reconf is first, but I mean, as long as it applies, it doesn't really matter. So did we had any useful comments there? No, we didn't. Maybe I simply, like, I don't store a local script. I probably just add this to the header of this auto reconf patch for the next person to copy and paste. Mystic Mark says T2 is brilliant, found the way through Bericos. Public Linux, yeah, they use that often on every other year and stuff. They use it, which is happy you found us though. And been keeping up with NVIDIA. They showcased both new GPU and CPU architecture. Grace. So not really. I avoided NVIDIA like the plug, and Corona and Cholera and stuff and the pest because of the open source stuff. So except where I forced like to with my old MacBook Pro or the PS3 and stuff. I mean, I have some NVIDIA, mostly old stuff. I also have PCIe cards from the G5. But otherwise, yeah. So yeah, I saw this briefly, but it's not really something that, if I have the choice, I mean, they have done too little and too late. Sure, they open up a little bit now, but I take it when it's fully open source and stuff. They have a long way to go, and I actually want to, despite the YouTube channel, of course I will continue to run the YouTube channel and stuff, but of course my collection is getting a little bit out of hand, and I said it like a year already. I need like there are always 2 or 3 more systems, right? But I basically don't really want to have too much more, except like if you want to donate some outstanding stuff, then let me know. But otherwise, I don't need to collect everything. It's just the burden of keeping it working and servicing and NVMe batteries and stuff. But the 2 main things I want eventually to get is DEC Alpha, obviously, but not for each price, right? There recently was a 400 megahertz one, which got way too expensive. Was it 600 euro stuff? Even for, I mean, imagine for me to have hardware to test and maintain a Linux distribution, and I need to spend like 600 hard-earned euros for like some 20-year-old, not even state-of-the-art. Not for each price. So eventually DEC Alpha, but not. I mean, obviously it's not production needed for anything. So I don't want to continue to collecting. Like, it looks, this is a problem. Like, you see some YouTubers, like even Lazy Gamer LGR, like I wonder where he stores all the stuff, especially like boring regular PC stuff, or I don't know, maybe he sells it, maybe he doesn't keep everything, I don't know, but I mean, I don't really want to have more stuff, and I don't need every latest and greatest. I mean, I have an Epic Threadripping Ryzen 1550X. That would be fine for 5 years if I wouldn't be a YouTuber, so obviously I get the next Zen for YouTube, but otherwise, I rather want to, I mean, obviously I can't like run a YouTube channel, like tech channel with review stuff with nothing, but you probably see that I avoid unnecessary purchases of each random stuff. Maybe I should get more with companies sending some review samples. but otherwise, yeah, don't really quite need that. Did I say the second system? The second system, so DEC Alpha and Intel Itanium, right? IA64, but of course I don't need it. It would just be to have that in stock to potentially test that. So, so yeah, there's only, as you say, there's only so much you can keep, and especially with battery powered devices, I have the problem, like especially vintage MacBooks and stuff, and or OLPC, right? Previous video, that if you leave them laying around for just 6 months, the batteries are totally dead. So if you want to keep those batteries in at least somewhat like 30, 60 minutes, or maybe if you're lucky 2 hours of charge, just to be able to use those vintage systems a little bit practically, then you need to even service them, right? Having an inventory and go through and charge the batteries and stuff, which is obviously quite some effort. So let's do that again. Unfortunately, I wanted to, I could have skipped one version, but just to have this version and be able to bisect the stuff eventually better, I wanted to keep both versions. So let's do that one more time. 16. And so for this loop, auto reconf and fix. So theoretically we could like remove the other file in the loop there, but so yeah, let's this time archive that for me next time or others. Oops. So then the next time we only need to be careful not to delete this useful hint here. Theoretically we could script here rm this patch and then auto reconf. Actually you know what, let's script that fully. The next time we only need to copy and do we? Because this you need to do first. And something like that. So probably the patch is for sure older. Let's make this 2021 because we deleted that. Let's quickly check because as we unlock how old this is in there, 2021, yeah. I mean, theoretically, to be very honest, as we discussed this already, I mean, probably I would kind of be, I mean, yeah, I would be more productive or like richer, like other software developers if I wouldn't mess around with vintage stuff. So pro tip, I mean, theoretically, it's just a not even cheap hobby, time-wasting cheap hobby, you could call it. If I would just have one system or like let's say two, like one fancy more server and one portable desktop thing, like just two things. The more stuff you have, the the less productive you usually become, to be honest. So it's not like I'm more productive or stuff because I have an SGOctane or P3 or stuff. So that is certainly. But yeah, for proper testing and some fun in between, probably I hope it eventually becomes more fun, like even more fun again when our child comes to the age where he plays with, tinkers with stuff, and like he can mess around with a P3 or SGOctane or stuff, and like where like for like maybe 10-year-old or 12-year-old, it's like in 10 years or however fast he is, he will be that he can finish some 3D code or stuff. We will see. At least for me it would have been fun. Let's see if it will be fun for him if he chooses to that path. So so yeah, with this stuff that probably mostly looks fine. The only thing is eventually we should delete everything, not comment, but I should sense this upstream actually. So yeah, quite some noise there because that's what it is. So, and another thing I didn't even expect, right? So a little bit of win-win of this S-tray stuff. So the other thing I actually wanted to do, we digressed there a little bit as usual. Still have this archive package conf wrapper. Also need to finish that another day. All right, I also wanted to quickly check if there is a new LLVM version, because sometimes there is. 1406. Why do they have this time around so many fixes? Is this stuff so broken or what? What do we have? .5? .4? What do they constantly keep freaking fixing there? Do they even have proper release announcements for this? What, 6 hours ago? Is it just freaking 4 days ago? How can there be so many freaking fixes for this shit? It's just ridiculous. I mean, yeah, hashtag PreakBugs, right? Complexity, recurring theme here, but do they have proper freaking release announcements for this? Link there. Why do they not have? Do they have proper changes for this stuff? I have the feeling not. Oh, here's something. Bug fix, API, ABI compatibility. Fix this bug introduced 14.05. Thank you very much. Do they also have, what did they do there? Thankfully we didn't have that broken version. Here's something, full changes. So not the most, so per PC. Standard calling, tiny. I mean, looks extremely little. But I mean, yeah, I appreciate the efforts of lab keeping this around, but okay, so they have, okay, this is only AVR tiny apparently. I'm actually surprised about that, to be honest. This is probably the most minor releases they ever did there. So let's grab for 14.04 it was in packages. No, it's not 14. What do we have there? Actually, we have 14.05 actually. The web view is not super up to date. For me, it is not worth to archive these things. I just always do them while I go along. So, but in my opinion, it's also what all, not even programmers, what normal people should be able to do with their computer. Was it 6? Right? Oops. Best with a typo. It still works though. Yeah, that was unexpected. Good that we sometimes check this. Also ideally, yeah. One day data should do all of this stuff. So cherry picking. How long do we have? 40 minutes, of course. Doing a little bit of your open source hobby and then 40 minutes are gone. T2 trunk. So of course I will not merge all the stuff, obviously, but this was also not in there. So we only mean the question is with this SBC stuff though. I mean, not that it would be too important. Interesting. For what did this fail? Okay, no, it doesn't. Should more often keep a note though for. Not sure for what that failed. If it was x86 or non-ATX. I mean, maybe you know what, to be honest, let's only merge what we really need and not waste more of our time with this stuff. Maybe I should also review. I mean, I said the other live stream maybe yesterday that I review this. I should have reviewed that. So just to check that this has some interesting. Looks quite okay. We should test, we have some patches, so let's quickly pre-test. I have a control feature just to see that patches apply, not that we commit something where the patches don't apply. Okay, patches applied. I'm not even sure, according to this release notes, it looked like they didn't even change all the packages potentially, but they probably re-released. So the checksum probably changes, and maybe they changed the version, no idea. I mean, and the checksum due to timestamps. I mean, one timestamp even, but obviously all the timestamps in the tarball are different, in case you're wondering why with all the few changes. But here, does it even, what do we have there? Probably nothing overlooked. Looks probably good. So yeah, where is my? Where have we been? So at least 2 changes and ARM and x86. Or maybe also OpenSSL, does that merge? As we already do some, then some CVE probably is nice to have. No, that doesn't apply. Yeah. And okay, actually 2 since then. Yeah. Probably we want to do that. By the way, funny anecdote, this XPDF is one of those other win-win situations. I was actually sitting at an airport. I recently took a flight again after 2 years in this bloody times, and working on some customer stuff with our software, right? In case I also do freaking commercial software, right? If you don't delay, try our commercial Mac and Windows software today. So with our PDF library, the customer had some issue that I think I would need to read the standard, but anyway, not sure if our PDF written violated the standard, potentially not, but in any case, unlike if you tell this is a big mega corporation, of course they will not change their PDF support stuff. So it's often easy, even if you're like not violating the standard, it's often easiest like, yeah, let's just adapt it so that it works with other software, best compatibility practices. And I wanted to test this with XPDF just to see what their code does. And spoiler, their code worked, but doing so, I realized that they have a new version. So this kind of stuff. You would wonder why didn't we notice earlier? Because they now have a completely different website. Previously it was like Glyphs, whatever, company stuff, something. So now they moved to an entirely new domain. It's a recurring theme of they move the stuff, you never find it again. Or like you don't, not never, but you don't find it realize it for years and stuff. But yeah, one of those stuff like, hey, even at like work time, doing tiny little win-wins of updating some stuff. So yeah, so that here, so at least that, oops, oh shit. So yeah, then what do we do here? Mindfully. Yeah, now we have some random stuff in here. What did I do with CMake and Linux now? Ah, right. This was just a test last night. Of course, we reverts it. Oh, I also need to. What do I have here? Probably nothing. Ah, that one. Yeah, it's also not the most important. So then let's merge that. Maybe we should. So this should only be dynamic SMP, if not PAE, physical address space extension. I think this should work. I hope it was tested merged. Oh wait, did I even? Ah, this was this one. Merge from external conditional something fine. And then the ARM one. This is just the next revision. There's a previous revision. Yeah, that was a stupid subversion thing. And also need to rename that. Maybe we rename it. Let's change already. So basically clean our builds. All the electrons wasted for nothing except massive testing. That will run a while. So what else? All this MK init RD is nice to have, not mission critical. What else did we have there? I mean, this actually would be nice to have. It's already merged stuff. Does this cleanly merge? No, it doesn't. Yeah, maybe they're not. If it doesn't merge cleanly with other stuff. Our data updated some stuff. Strange. Data should only update this if patches don't apply. Not sure. So yeah, I mean, again, we don't need to. Obviously, makes no sense to. Ah, maybe this is why this didn't. This potentially why did this not? Yeah, we don't like really need this, so whatever. Zero job frames, amazing stuff when we are not in the office, aka would fail. So was that the most important stuff? Also, yeah, massive updates, right? Updates, more updates, the most updates. We just need to get, I'm totally aware we need to get everything emerging even more smoothly, obviously. Also, yeah, I split Qt, also amazing stuff. Slightly wonder why this other patch doesn't merge. Here maybe. Maybe that one. That merged. And that merged. Oh, wait a second. Why does it? No, this looks bullshit though. Yeah, sometimes Subversion can also be annoying. As well as this stuff here. Yeah, it hurts a little bit that we rebuilt this in the meantime like 4 times. It hurts a little bit that we burned electrons for nothing, or yeah, okay, it's not for nothing, it's for excessive testing. Oops, yeah, that was wrong. In the future, yeah, famous last words, in the future it should be better, just if we don't break something again, obviously. So I probably revert this here for nothing, because probably we get this replied. What's this one? I hate this so much. No, this does not. Why does this not merge cleanly? Apparently some. It's like resume. Ah, this probably. Ah, shit. So we probably need that. Still not. Why do I even do that? You know what? Then let's. I thought it's nice to have. What did we really change there? So we merged mkinit RD regression as a boot function. Yeah, okay. Or do we? Maybe we need all of them after all. Maybe that is my. I mean, we don't need it that urgent. If this doesn't merge, then it's not that important. but that merged finally. So this is just that we don't get a kernel panic when init exits if stuff isn't mounted. Should normally not happen, famous last words, but happened to me with the older PC stuff. So did I 3, 5, 6, 5, 7, 3, 6. And I could just say init already improvements. Three, 6, 8. 3, 6, 8. So I merged them together. I mean, just we could merge them separately, but eventually there's a limit. 5, 6. There's a limit of overdoing that. Oops. And that. Let's hope this time we don't cause any regressions, because I'm getting a little bit tired of rebuilding 24 architectures. So that, I think this was the most important stuff. We have some other stuff as well, as updated Linux kernel from yesterday or so. And yeah, so the only other thing that we could do eventually is also porting or patching. RISC 532 likewise, but we could do it. It's like, I don't need it right now, right? Maybe I need to not only, I definitely need to focus a lot more. It makes no sense to port and patch everything for the greater good when I have no benefit from that at all, except some views here. So like microkernel or the more important stuff. The other thing would be, what else did I? All right, we probably, do we have a Musel build? Yeah, we built one Musel build. What we probably, where's my to-do? Did I close that apparently? Oh, by the way, is that the new Vim? Did we just, oh no, it's not the new Vim. Why do I not use the new Vim? We probably should test our latest Vim. All right, this somehow failed for some reason. It's maybe LTO is off. What have I done here for Vim to fail? We probably just for the testing should have a GNU-less, like Clang-only build. Was it possible with... the problem is that some stuff didn't build, including grub2 as a bootloader. So that is a little bit of a challenge, unless it is patched in the meantime, or there are patches. For that, I'm not like filling with those details here myself every time. So that certainly for the testing, right? Otherwise, this code path is not tested, and currently I know already it's broken in T2 right now because upstream LVM Clang changed to this mono repository build nonsense. So that broke our build. I'm very sure like some components like lib compiler RT and lib CXX and stuff currently just error out. It was a pain to get working. Probably I spent 6 or 7 hours like the previous year live on this channel. If you're bored or want to learn stuff, there are always hundreds of previous live streams in the archive, right? And that is also the thing, right? I spent my lifetime, as it still fails. Why does it still fail? Or does it default to LTO? And that is really sad, right? I sit here, get all this stuff working, and then upstream breaks it, right? Before the future. Why does it say LTO? That is somehow strange. Does Vim default to LTO? Why does it say LTO1 when I thought we have this disabled? Does Vim somehow smuggle that in there, or how does this happen? This is a little bit strange. Oh, whatever. Need to monitor that. But yeah, so that was GCC less LVM clean only build. I think this also means Musel calls and build with Kling, at least not last year. But maybe that's not the best. We don't do that for you. If you want to see that, don't forget to like, subscribe, spread the word, tell your friends and neighbors and stuff. So we're going to build this now. Is it the final stuff? So that was new Linux kernel. I think GCC, they don't have released a bug fix build for, I mean, they have released for some other, but yeah, I think we use that. Yeah, 11.3. So yeah, then it's time to build all the stuff again. Just some 34 degrees in the office. Thanks God I'm not sitting there. So why does it say, no, wait, ambient, why does it say ambient 30? Ambient is the same. Not sure. Maybe it's only 32 in the office. Anyway, so what content did we add there? Subversion, that's exotic. Yeah, it freaking just works. It was state of the art when we used it, and we had a Git mirror that I need to reset up, and RISC-V infancy affected using support work really huge. Yeah, happy to hear that. I wish Sci-Fi 55, maybe I should ping them if they want to send me faster board. I can't. I mean, maybe I wonder if I could sell my board because I don't like really need it daily, and it's obviously not as high performance as I hoped. I wonder if I can sell it with profit as they stop production. I wonder if I listed for €999 and I sourced it for like 580. Would someone buy it for that? Crazy, is it? Yeah. So no sales, maybe. But yeah, that would be the only, I can't buy every board, right? And yeah, people ask you sometimes. The only way to like source in a faster build obviously are not available. Thank you very much. Yeah. Anyway, so was it all? What we probably should, so yeah, the next two important things probably, should I sort it here better maybe? Actually, we have done that, right? Make 486 work without SSE. I think we've done that. Huh. One thing solved. Let's sort that a little bit because the next important thing is testing. So let's delete this block here. And so next I will probably try to add some more tests. And then the next important thing is, what did I want to say? There was one more thing. So the next, I will at least do one or two more sophisticated tests here to make sure that the ISOs build. What did I want to say? RISC-V. What was it I thought would be important? By the way, I tested also that set standard dictionary mode. It didn't improve that much. And we can't easily use it anyway. So yeah. Oh, also eventually we probably want to sign our binaries if we want to be totally fancy, obviously. What did I want to... By the way, I think we did this also, test grub to PowerPC. I think we improved that. That probably should work. There was one thing, what would that have been? Anyway, something, actually, this is also why I add this stuff to do file. What was it? Firefox fixes. What I find a little bit crazy is that Firefox segmentation fails for PowerPC because it should have pretty little PowerPC specific code, but all right, this is probably what I wanted to say. For that, no, I remember. my brain is not yet totally dead. Maybe this means patching, maybe we even write that here. For this test, maybe it means patching QEMU. Because right now because it's not change root, it runs the binary like QEMU, this not system user emulation, directly runs a binary without like any sandbox or so. And what we need is some kind of either QEMU change root wrapping or patching QEMU to have some change root option or something. Because it causes warnings and issues here. Oh no, I just deleted those builds, very smart. Oh, why is there still some stuff? Why is this stuff not deleting? Well. So we don't, why is this not deleting by default? Why is there still something? Also best with a typo. There's something still mounted in this thing. Anyway. So for this test to be effectively useful, also yeah, I bump the version now again because should we still try to call it? I just don't like. Yeah, let's call it 6 because it's the first half of, and let's hope we really release it now. So where is the build target here? And so I also need better controls here of and build that all we need here some distance so we don't build so huge packages all at once and exhaust memory. I also need some nice parameters for this stuff. Yeah, I think QEMU doesn't have such RVF also doesn't segfault. What does it segfault on all? You say Big Endian, Firefox. Yeah, but Firefox still segfaults. It's not. I don't think it's Big Endian, but I'm a little bit puzzled that without JIT and stuff it works on 486, which should be mostly generic C code. So that's a little bit strange, but we'll see. So QEMU, I think they don't have an option. What we need is, of course now I just deleted that, but because yeah, I think we can't, I mean, unless we somehow Symlink trickery or other bind mount trickery, which is all not the most amazing. I think the easiest would be to have some change root here, like this change root. Because we got some test errors of some binaries. I mean, first of all, we don't use the correct LDSO conf. It's not, and with that everything else. So yeah, something of that we probably should do there. Do they have some QEMU change root? Yeah. So other people are also the issue. Do they have a solution or? I mean we can't even Symlink because it's dynamically linked. We would need all of this. Yeah, the thing is, I don't really want. We might be able to do that with bin format. I mean, maybe we do that. I mean, this might be the simpler thing. Yeah, we could build a static QEMU, but I would also want to avoid that. Because then you could change root into that and like change root in this and then QEMU. But I would avoid this static hex there. I mean, I think this answer, should this not be inaccurate if you, I mean, it's like important stuff, and then I think if we built in a change root into QEMU, that change roots before running this binary, I think this should work or not. After small talk with, I realized it should be possible to enter change root with current forms. Yeah, I wonder why nobody patched in change root there. I mean, maybe if we try to do it, we will find that it also run into problems. Also, how long do we probably have? 1 hour. It's probably time to end this live stream and continue with my other work. It just as also, yeah, people, the problem is the famous stuff, right? We should have released it, but we had bugs. On the one hand, we ruin our reputation and new interested people when we have new release and it has bugs. For example, PowerPC had installation marginalities, and everything takes time and resources and time and money and stuff. And we had some, I mean, the most important probably was PowerPC. The other stuff was nice to have, plus some other stuff. But yeah, because people keep asking right now, I have the problem. People say I try to install it and like they install the old stuff, but yeah, need to redo it. Anyway, so yeah, Horizon is compiling, and then it's time to move on with more interesting stuff, hopefully. If you have a... William asks, IO9P, not sure how that should help, but if you have tests, I mean, this bin format stuff should work. If you register QEMU to handle this binary format and launch QEMU transparently, that should of course work. I just would want to, because this would be system, thank you very much. And this would be system, right? And I would, this is not the most cool thing, to be honest. That we would need to hard code all those magics, maybe? Are they mostly the same? Not entirely the same? Yeah, okay, this is also messy shit, right? I mean, yeah, this is exactly what I didn't want to do beside doing that. This is a system-wide and stuff, and not a fan of that. This is also stupid. Does someone has a QEMU change root patch? Hey, there we have it. Don't need to freaking do it ourselves. Quick and dirty patch QEMU change root intro privileges. Exactly what I freaking wanted. Where's the patch? Is it here? If why did people not apply it? Right, change root avoids issue with polluting the target. Thanks for example, change root approach is to suffer from later initially have higher privileges, especially to prefer. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, I will probably try that. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe. Hope to see you next time.